Hi, this is Munson with Munson Music, and we're going to talk about how you can play a song called Gone, Gone, Gone by Phillips. And he actually tunes down a half step for this song. So if you want to play along with the recording, you'll have to retune your guitar and kind of loosen up the strings to E flat, B flat, G flat, D flat, A flat, and E flat. But we're just going to kind of do this lesson in standard tuning. And it starts out with a really, really cool intro lick where you play open G twice, and then third fret on the high E, and then third fret on the B string, and then open G, and then back to B string on the third. So I'm kind of using my third and my fourth fingers to kind of hold down those third frets on the B and the E. And you're going oh, oh, 3, 3, oh, 3, oh, oh, 3, 3, oh, 3, oh, oh, 3, 3, oh, 3, oh, oh, 3, 3, oh, 3. But that lick is really kind of backed up by a G major chord. And the way you play G major, first finger is going to go to the A string on the second fret, second finger is going to go to the low E on the third fret, third finger could go on the high E on the third fret, and if you strum all those together, that sounds a G major chord that sounds really, really happy. But if you want to, you can kind of set up your fingers around that lick idea by putting third finger on the B string on the third fret and using the pinky for the high E on the third fret. And if you strum all those together, you still got the first finger on the A on the second finger on the low E on the third. That's called a G major too. So it's another possibility to kind of play that chord. So you really use either one through the song, and that would be cool. But a lot of times with a song like this, I like adding something called a strum pattern. One of my favorite strum patterns for a 4/4 like this is down, down, up, up, down, up. And we'll talk about another one to kind of match the tune a little bit better in a minute. But if we just tried that a lot on the G, you'd have down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. So I'm going to do that a lot to get your right hand used to that. And then if we try that through our verse, actually we start on the G major, and then we do another G major, and then we're going to be going to a D major chord. And the way you play D major, first finger is going to go to the G string on the second fret, second finger is going to go to the high E on the second fret, and third finger on the B string on the third fret. And if you strum just the D, G, D, and E, then that sounds a D major chord, and it sounds really, really happy. And then from the D major chord, we're going to be going to an E minor chord. And the way you play E minor, first finger is going to go to the A string on the second fret, second finger is going to go to the D string on the second fret, and if you strum all those together, that sounds like E minor chord, and it sounds really, really sad. And then from the E minor chord, we're going to be going to a C major chord. When you play C major, first finger is going to go to the B string on the first fret, second finger on the D string on the second fret, and third finger on the A string on the third fret. And if you strum all those together, that sounds a C major chord, and it sounds really, really happy. And actually, that's kind of all the chords for our song. So we try our verse with our strum pattern. Then we got G down, up, down, G down, down, up, down, D down, down, up, down, D down, down, up, down, E minor down, down, up, down, E minor down, down, up, down, C down, down, up, down, C down, down, up, down, G down, down, up, down, G down, down, up, down, D down, down, up, down, D down, down, up, down, E minor down, down, up, down, E minor down, down, up, down, C down, down, up, down, C down, down, up, down. Now, just as an aside, actually, there are a couple other chord voicings that you could use if you want to. And actually, when we hit that E minor chord, instead of playing just the E minor, you could actually take that first finger on the A string, second fret, second finger on the D string, second fret, and kind of take your third finger and add them in on the B string on the third fret. And if you take the pinky and add them in on the high E on the third fret, kind of those notes that we were playing in the intro lick, that sounds like E minor 7. So if you wanted to on your E minors, you could actually kind of substitute in your E minor 7 instead, if that's a little bit easier to get to. And instead of playing the regular C, actually you could use a substitute for that called C major 9, which may make it a little bit easier for you too, where you take the first finger and go D on the second fret, second finger on the A string on the third fret, and leave the third finger on the B string third fret, pinky on the high E third fret. And if you strum just the A string to the high E, that'll get you your clearest sound with that, and that's called C major 9. So you could use those voicings. So we tried the verse with those voicings. We'd have the G down, up, down, up, G down, down, up, down, D down, down, up, down, D down, down, up, down, E minor 7 down, down, up, down, E minor 7 down, down, up, down, C down, 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 C down, 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 So that's another possibility for your verse if you kind of want to go that way. And then we get to our pre-chorus part, which almost sounds like we're just kind of doing downs and kind of killing the string. So we kind of do a C with a down and kind of kill it, and then a G with a down and kill it. And then we kind of have a D major with a down and kill it. So we got C major, kill it, G major, kill it, D major, kill it. And then we go into our chorus part, and our chorus starts on the C major, but then we go to G major, and then we go to E minor, and then we go to D major. The weird thing is, if we're doing our strum pattern, we're going to end up halving those chords. And one way to do that is doing just a down, down, up on each one. So we tried our chorus that way. We'd have C with down, down, G down, down, E minor down, down, D down, down, C down, down, G down, down, E minor down, down, D down, down, C down, down, G down, down, E minor down, down, D down, down, C down, down, G down, down, E minor down, down, D down, down, and then at the end of our verse, it's just kind of a break where we come in with our chords line. So one other way you could kind of half those chords though is you could do the down, down, up on the first chord and the up, down, up on the next chord. So we tried the chorus that way. You'd have C with down, down, up, G, up, down, up, E minor, down, down, up, D, up, down, C, down, down, up, G, up, down, E minor, down, down, up, D, up, down, C, down, down, up, G, up, down, E minor, down, down, up, D, up, down, up. So that's another possibility to kind of work it. And what can sound a little bit more like the recording is to do a down, down on the first chord and then a up, up, down, up on the next one. So then you'd have C with the down, down, G on the up, down, E minor on the down, down, D on the up, down, C on the down, down, G on the up, down, E minor on the down, down, D on the up, down, C on the down, down, G on the up, down, E minor on the down, down, D on the up, down, up. And then from there, our intro comes back, and our verse comes back, and our pre-chorus comes back, and our chorus comes back, until we get to our bridge part. And on our bridge part, we're going to start on E minor, and then we go to G major, and then we go to C major, and then we do another C major. And then we basically just kind of repeat that. So we tried that with our strum pattern. We'd have E minor with the down, down, up, down, G down, down, up, down, C down, down, up, down, C down, down, up, down, E minor down, down, up, down, G down, down, up, down, C down, down, up, down, C down, down, up, down, up. And then from there, then we're kind of going back to our chorus kind of for our outro at the very, very end. And then one other thing that I would think about adding though is adding bass notes to what we're doing. And what I mean by that is on that first down of the down, down, up, down, up, what you could do is kind of play a bass note for the chord. So for instance, on the G chord, you could play the low E for the bass, and then do your down, up, down, up. You got G with low E bass, down, up, down, G with low E bass, down, up, down, G with low E bass, down, up, down, up. And then on your D chord, you'd have the D string for your bass. So you got D with the D bass, down, up, down, D with the D bass, down, up, down. And then when we get to the E minor, then you have the low E string for your bass. So low E bass, down, up, down, E minor with low E bass, down, up, down, C with an A bass, down, down, C with an A bass, down, down, up. So we tried our verse that way. You'd have G with low E bass, down, down, G with low E bass, down, down, D with the D bass, down, down, D with the D bass, down, down, E minor with low E bass, down, down, E minor with low E bass, down, down, C with an A bass, down, down, C with an A bass, down, down, G with low E bass, down, down, G with low E bass, down, down, D with the D bass, down, down, D with the D bass, down, down, E minor with low E bass, down, down, E minor with low E bass, down, down, C with an A bass, down, down, C with an A bass, down, down. So that might be something you want to try. I think the pre-chorus, I still kind of keep just the downs on, just that down, G down, D down, C down, G down, D down. But then when you get to your chorus part, if you want to try that with the basses, you really only have enough time to do a bass down up on each chord. So if you wanted to try it that way, you'd have C with an A bass, down up G with low E bass, down E minor with low E bass, down D with the D bass, down C with an A bass, down G with low E bass, down E minor with low E bass, down D with the D bass, down C with an A bass, down G with low E bass, down E minor with low E bass, down D with the D bass, down C with an A bass, down G with low E bass, down E minor with low E bass, down D with the D bass, down. So that might be another way you want to kind of play through it. Now for myself, what really sounds like the tune though is something working off a 16th note strum pattern. And what I mean by that is if you're tapping your foot, if you kind of divide that beat into two pieces, right? 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. That's called an eighth note, and that's what we're working when we're doing the down, down, up, down, up. What I mean by 16th note is where if we kind of divide that beat into 4 parts, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's called a 16th note. And what I think really could match the tune really well is a down, up, down, down, up 16th note pattern. And what I mean by that is like if you take the G and do a down on 1 and an up on 4, that's what you'd be doing on the first beat. So you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, down, up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then on the second beat, you'd be doing up on 2, down on 3. So you'd be going 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, up, down, 1, up, down, 1, up, down, 1, up, down. And then on the third beat, you'd be doing up on 2, up on 4. So you'd be going 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, up, 1 up, 1 up. And then on the fourth beat, you'd be going down, up, right along with the 1, 2, 3, 4. So down, up, 1, 2, 3, 4, down, up, down, up, down, up. So all together, you got long down, up, 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 down, up. So we try to reverse that way. You'd have G with a down, up, down, up, down, up, down, G down, up, down, up, down, up, down, D down, up, down, up, down, up, down, D down, up, down, up, down, up, down, E minor down, up, down, up, down, E minor down, up, down, up, down, C down, up, down, up, down, C down, up, down, up, down. Now if you wanted to, you could throw in your bass note on that first down like we were talking earlier too with the 16th note. So you could do it with the G with the low E bass. Up, down, up, down, bass. Down, up, down, B with the D bass. Up, down, down, B with the D bass. Up, down, down, E minor low E bass. Up, down, down, E minor low E bass. Up, down, C with the A bass. Up, down, C with the A bass. Up, down. So that might be something else to try. And I'd still kind of keep that pre-chorus with just kind of your down when you get to that part. I think it kind of matches the tune really well. But then on the chorus part, this is kind of weird, but there are a couple ways you could kind of half the 16th note strum pattern. Now when we get to the chorus part though, in order to half that pattern, we're going to end up doing a down, up on the first chord, and then the down, up, down, up on the second chord. So this is a little weird, but if we take it really slow, we got C with a down, up, and then when you get to the G, you got a down, up, down, up, down, up. And then on the E minor, we got down, up, D on the down, down, C on the down, up, G on the down, up, down, E minor down, up, D on the down, down, C on the down, down, E minor down, up, D on the down, down, C on the down, up, G on the down, down, E minor down, up, D on the down, which could be a really cool way to kind of work that through the tune. If we were going to try that with the basses, you'd have the C with the A bass, and then your up, and on the G you'd have the low E bass, and then up, down, and then on the E minor you'd have low E bass, and then up, and on the D you'd have the D bass, and then the up, down. So we take a couple of those downs we were doing and kind of substitute in our bass notes. So you have C with an A bass, up, G with low E bass, up, down, E minor with low E bass, up, D with the D bass, up, down, C with an A bass, up, G with low E bass, up, down, E minor with low E bass, up, D with the D bass, up, down, C with an A bass, up, G with low E bass, up, down, E minor with low E bass, up, D with the D bass, up, down, C with an A bass, up, G with low E bass, up, down, E minor with low E bass, up, D with the D bass, up, down. Thing to kind of try through it. And then one other thing, when we get to the bridge part, we can actually do that same kind of thing where we could either do the 16th note pattern with that down, up, down, G down, up, down, C down, up, down, C down, up, down, the end, there's a really cool outro that's almost like an intro return, where we have that open and 0 3 3 0 3 0 0 3 3 0 3 0 3 0 3 0 3. But then there's some other notes that kind of get added at the very, very end. And what I like to do actually for this part is kind of substitute in some bass notes on the low E string for that lick, where you play low E on the third, and then B string third, and then open G, and then third fret on the high E, and then third on the B, and then open G, and then third on the B. So I got 3 3 0 3 3 3 3, and the notes I'm actually playing is I'm going G D G G D G D. So you do that 3 times. Time you go second fret on the A string, and then third on the B, open G, and then third on the high E, kind of half of what we just did. And then we go open A, third on the B, open G, and then third on the high E, and then kind of do a big G chord at the very end. So for your outro, you got 3 3 0 3 3 3 3 3 3 0 3 3 3 3 3 3 0 3 3 3 3 2 3 0 3 0 3 0 3, and then big G chord. That might be something else you want to kind of try and add to the tune too. But that's the basics of how you can strum through Gone, Gone, Gone by Philip Phillips. But don't forget to tune down a half step to play along with the recording. So E flat, B flat, G flat, D flat, A flat, E flat. So good luck!